We're back, the Jmack Experience Podcast.
What's
Who we got in the building?
Vicky D.
You already know what it is. Thanks for coming on. Behind the scenes footage, we appreciate you. Episode 7. Let them know, you excited?
So excited. Thanks for having me.
Thanks once again. And she was on time.
I was early.
She was early.
That means
Word. She was early, not on time. She was very early. You already know. Jmack Experience Podcast, episode 7. All right, we're back. And today we got a very, very special guest. And I'm actually very excited. It's the first time ever that I get to interview a female boxer. And she's here, man. It's been long overdue. Her name is Vicky Derrico. We appreciate you for coming on our platform. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here today.
We want to give you a round of applause. It's an honor to have you on the platform once again. And take note, she was super early.
So early. And that's like so unusual for me. So take note, coach, everybody. I was early.
Super early. Even I was shocked. I thought she was going to be like half an hour late.
No way.
You know, hit me with the excuses. Oh, I'm on the way, traffic. But yo, once again, we want to give you another round of applause.
Thank you.
We appreciate you on the Jmack Experience Podcast. Now, Vicky, that's what you go by? You don't have no other aliases?
Yeah, so they just really call me like Vicky D.
Vicky D.
Yeah, they try to run with the vicious. It like kind of sticks when I fight, but I just go by Vicky D.
You don't like, I could tell you don't really like how that sounds. You don't like the vicious?
No, it's like I am who I am, and I like to be known for my actual name, so.
All right, so Vicky D, Vicky Derrico, as we all know. Thank you for coming on the Jmack Experience Podcast. We're about to get into this intro real quick. Episode 7. Once again, you already know, man. Let's get into this intro, and we're going to get into this interview.
You got it.
Let's go. Welcome to the Jmack Experience Podcast. This show is for motivational purposes only. However, we will not be politically correct, but our goal is to inspire those who listen and watch the show. Thanks for tuning in. Please be sure to follow us at the Jmack Experience Podcast and email us if you would like to be a guest on our platform at the Jmack Experience Podcast at gmail.com. Peace. All right, so once again, Vicky Derrico, episode 7. Thank you so much once again for being on the Jmack Experience Podcast. And how have you been? How's everything been going?
I'm good. I mean, same stuff every day. Always training hard, working hard. Yeah, I've been good.
That's awesome. That's a good thing to hear. Now, where are you from, more or less? Are you from Providence? Where exactly are you from?
So I'm from North Providence. Grew up my whole life. North Providence High School. Went to Providence College. Now I'm in Cranston. So
you're in Cranston. That's where you reside now, Cranston. Mm-hmm. How you like it in Cranston?
It's different, but like I like it. But it's also like you don't really know people the same way as going to high school in North Providence. Like it's a nice switch because I don't. Everywhere I go, it's not like, hey, I went to high school with you. Oh, middle school. Like,
but
nice switch.
Isn't Rhode Island like such a small state that it's nothing really that different about it, I'm assuming, right?
No, I feel like we got to tell the people how we met. Like, that's how you know Rhode Island's small.
Yeah. We're going to get to that. We're going to get all into that. Now, what was it like for you growing up, more or less?
As far as?
Like growing up in North Providence and Rhode Island in general, what was it like for you growing up?
It was good. I mean, I have a great family. You
an only child?
No, so I have 2 siblings, an older sister, an older brother.
Okay.
Great parents. They're still together today. So they're definitely like the most inspiring people in my life. They motivate me the most. Yeah, definitely.
They motivate you the most, you were saying?
Yeah, definitely inspired me the most. I mean, I've seen my dad work hard his entire life to give us what we needed, what we wanted. Mm-hmm. Even like the moments when I know he didn't have everything to give, or like, but if I was like, oh dad, I really want these lessons, I think it'll make me better, he would never show me that he didn't have enough to put me in that, and he'd make it work. And obviously,
so he always made it happen. He always
made it happen. Like, then I would hear from my mom like that he really like probably shouldn't have, but like he, for me, always pushed through and made it possible for my dreams and believed in my dreams. So definitely my biggest inspiration.
That's a beautiful thing. Let's give him a round of applause.
Yeah. I I still owe him a new car when he'd give me lessons. When he'd pay for something, I'd be like, well, Dad, one day I'll buy you a nice new car. So that's going to happen. That's my biggest goal, honestly.
What do you got in mind to buy him? What you trying to get him?
I don't know. I feel like I would have to let him pick, but my sister said something about his dream car being a Corvette. I'm not sure if that's true.
Yeah.
I'll double check, but yeah, I got to make it happen.
You got to get him a nice red Corvette. You know
For sure.
Is
He
he
would
Italian?
lose it. Yep.
Yeah, you already know Italians
Yeah.
love with the nice horn on the chain.
He would lose it. That's my biggest goal, and has always been my
awesome.
biggest goal.
That's
I said it
dope.
like, if I could buy a brand new, like, nice car, I would buy it for him before myself. Like, if I made
Yeah.
a ton of money through fighting or through social media or something, like, he's getting the nice car before me.
That's awesome to hear that, because nowadays kids don't really think about their parents too much. I'm going to be honest.
I wouldn't be here today without him, so
That's awesome.
definitely.
That's awesome. You know what? That's a good sign to hear that coming from you, especially a female nowadays. That, you know, it's just different now. Not saying that everyone's like that, but you know, it's just a different era, and everything's more like gimme, gimme, gimme. In this kind of era, you know, nobody's really more like giving like the way it used to be back in the day. I feel, it's my personal opinion. But besides the fact, what got you into boxing? What got you into? Did you start very young, or like was it something that your family was into, or how did you get started into that?
It's funny because everyone asks me that. They're like, oh, was your dad a boxer? Who was a boxer? I'm like, no one. I just started as like a little girl that wanted to prove a point, right? So my brother was into motocross, and my dad would never buy me a dirt bike and I was always in my head like, oh, it's because I'm a girl.
Because you're a girl.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
But realistically, I didn't belong on a dirt bike. I
He
could
didn't want you to
barely
get
drive
hurt.
a car.
Yeah.
So I was like, what can I do that I don't need them to put me into? So my aunt put me and my little boy cousin into kickboxing. So it was more like a fitness, just learning how to like throw punches kind of thing.
Which is good because it teaches you
Right.
it teaches you discipline as well, right? And how old are you then?
12.
12 years old. I thought you started, I'm going to be honest, the skills that you acquire, I thought you started like maybe at 6, 7 years old.
Really? Everyone,
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's like shook when I say that I started at 12 because I don't really advertise myself as someone that started that young.
Right.
But I didn't really start taking it seriously probably until I was like 19 as far
Really?
as boxing.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I was always kickboxing and just kind of learning at the time.
So kickboxing was the first time that you got introduced to any type of
Combat sport.
combat sport. Okay, so and then the kickboxing, were you really good at kickboxing, like, or you like boxing better? Is my question.
So I was really good at kicks. Like I'm so flexible. I started as a cheerleader.
Really?
Believe it or not.
Wow.
So I loved like kicking people in the head, but when
Damn.
well, when I'd get into right, I love to kick people in the head.
That's
But
crazy.
when I would get into
You reached
fight-
that high? You could
I
kick
could. I don't know if I still can without
You
like
could do
hurting
like
myself.
spinning kicks and all that?
I could. I don't know
Really?
about now, but I used to be able to do all that stuff.
It's good to use your legs too. A lot of people think
It was a good
that-
workout.
Really?
Yeah. So
And sorry for interrupting you,
No, it's
but you
okay.
know, I told you it was gonna be a vibe. We
I
gotta
told-
get
I
into
knew we were gonna connect good.
I don't like to do it like boring, like question after question
Yeah.
after question, because then you don't really
Yeah.
get everything out of the person, right? So, all right, so the kick. So I'm assuming that you still like to kick. You just don't do it as often, huh?
I do. Like we have some Muay Lao classes at our gym, and like I'll just dabble with it. But when I'd get in the ring, even in kickboxing fights, I just throw hands. So I was
Just
like,
hands?
I would just throw hands. So I was like, I mean, once in a while I'd throw in a kick, but hands were always more natural to me.
And it's quicker, right?
Yeah, it's faster.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I like to brawl when I was younger. Like in those early fights,
Yeah,
I was
you
a
don't
brawler.
play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I just
So
I was-
you more just like off reaction, right? You just boop, real quick. Yeah.
And then so I had a really good kickboxing trainer, Charlie Sampaulis.
Nice. Shout outs to Charlie
Yeah.
Sampaulis, man. That's what's up. And where's he from?
So he actually passed away in about like
Oh,
2000.
sorry to hear
No,
that.
that's okay. And that's actually what made me switch over to boxing because that loyalty and like just being like, I don't know who else I could kickbox with. So I kind of moved over to boxing and then started training from there.
And then when you moved over to boxing, how old were you then, more or less?
19.
And before, my fact, let me backtrack. When you were doing kickboxing, were you almost pro? Or were you pro already?
Far from pro.
Where'd you reach in kickboxing? What was the landmark that you
I was a
hit?
champion for ISKA, but I had only had really 2 sanctioned fights in kickboxing from all that time period because I do like smoker shows, but they didn't really count towards anything.
So it's just like amateur stuff? I'm assuming?
just amateur, but there was some stuff that was like even below amateur, so it's not like sanctioned.
Okay.
And then I went to Long Island twice to do kickboxing.
Oh, nice. So you was in
Yeah.
my city. You was in New
Yeah.
York. That's what's up. And how was it out there? It was dope?
It was cool. I won 2 matches over there, but the problem became it was a dying sport. Like people were either doing boxing or doing MMA. So I had to make that switch regardless to boxing.
So you feel like kickboxing is not Jean-Claude Van Damme
it's dead
days
now.
no more, huh?
It's either you're doing MMA or you're doing boxing.
That's crazy. So it's already dying out. That's nuts. All right, so now you make the transition to boxing. Who did you start boxing with?
So I started with Jared Tillinghast in North Providence.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he got his own gym, I'm assuming. Where's the gym? It's in North Providence, you said?
Yep.
And what year was this, more or less?
So that was in 2019. I walked in the back of his gym and I was like, hey, he was on a ladder kind of like redesigning his whole
He
gym.
was fixing shit.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, can you
I
train
was
me?
like, hey, I want to fight. And he looked down at me and was like, yeah,
Who?
okay. Yeah, he was like, who do you want to fight? And like, I was like this small little thing at the time. And he was like, yeah, okay. And then he brought me in. He was like, oh, you're legit.
You got skills, yeah.
So I was with him
This
for a
could
little
be
bit.
deceiving. Now,
Yeah.
that's why I'm now we just gonna skip to it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when I first met you, shit, I was even sleeping on the whole thing because when I first met you, I didn't even know that you was Vicky Derrico. Like I thought you was just some girl on the set. Like I was like, oh, this girl just trying to act and shit. Because he was like, it's my first time acting. Like the way you acted as a person that day, not even acting wise. Like you acted like you was a nobody. Like I would have never known that you was Vicky Derrico. But then when you bring it up, I said, oh shit, that was her. Like it's just like you was just a girl that came out of nowhere. I was like, oh shit. Then I can't believe like it's just crazy how humble you are.
Thank you. Yeah,
and that's
I tried
a great thing.
Yeah,
that's gonna take you very far in life.
Thank you. I feel like for the people though, we have to say that we were on the set for Good Burger 2 together.
Yeah, we were.
We were
man.
extras. I randomly signed up on Boston Casting, and I was like, yeah, I'll do this for just to learn. Like, it's an experience, networking, and then we're sitting talking to each other, and I check my DMs later, like I think a few days later.
It was just like literally like a week,
weird
maybe
timing,
later.
and you asked me to be on your podcast. And I was like, wait a second, I know this guy, and then I'm having a full conversation with him through Instagram. He still doesn't realize who I am.
didn't know because you look completely different on set.
And then the way I acted, you said, right?
The way you act, it was just so humble that I would have
you.
never known that you. And then on your Instagram, you look like a superstar. I ain't even gonna front. Like I was like, oh shit, this is the same girl. Like
Yeah.
Then when she messaged me like, hey, Good Burger Buddy, I'm like, Good Burger Buddy. I still didn't get it. I was like.
He has
then
no
it
clue.
all hit me. I was like, oh shit, it's the girl. We actually did a scene together. I don't want to give too much away, but y'all gotta go check out that Good Burger movie, man. That's gonna be good. But let's fast forward. So all right, so you start training with Homeboy. Well, not Homeboy, your coach. Let's address him right. Let's not disrespect.
At the time.
Yeah, let's put some respect on his name. Because I know my coach, shout out to Lamont Powell, by the way. Gloves up, guns down gym, man. That's where I train at. But you got to put that respect on the coach's name. So when you start training with your coach, now you said he started taking you more serious. Then what happens from there?
Yeah, so we did a little bit of amateur work together. And then eventually I moved over to Boston and started training at TMX Boxing.
Wow. Oh, so you just went over there just to train over there as well? You were doing both?
No, so I made a switch. It was just timing in life and in people. They had opportunity there where I could work with a female named Sarah, and she was literally like boxing with a woman that was like 10 years older than me. It was like a reflection of myself.
She was professional?
No, she's also amateur, but she was
no joke.
Yeah, but she doesn't really fight anymore. She more coaches, and she really super talented.
What's her name?
Sarah.
Sarah?
Yeah.
She has no last name?
I want to say I don't. I'm trying to think of her new last name because she got married.
All right.
But yeah.
Well, we ain't clowning you, Sarah. We know you know jokes. But shout outs to Sarah. All right. So then she started training you. Then what happened from there?
Yeah, and so we did the Golden Gloves together, and we were successful with that.
You became Golden Gloves?
Southern New England Golden Glove champion.
Wow. Shout outs to you.
I keep that low key though with my new stuff.
That's dope. You gotta give you a shout out for that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So how did it feel when you accomplished that? How did you feel?
It felt really good because I think in my early amateur career I had a lot of doubt in myself.
Yeah.
And so my story doesn't start with success. Like I knew what it was like to lose. And
it's a struggle, right?
It is a struggle, and especially when you put so much time into something, you're not getting paid to do it. It's like I was at the time a full-time student. So I'm sacrificing every single day watching my friends go out. And then
partying and shit.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I had my fun in college, and it's all about timing. But when you're in a fight camp, you're not drinking, you're not going out,
no smoking,
you're cutting weight.
Hookah.
Yeah, no good shit. So
no fast food.
Yeah, so my friends are like making margaritas, and I'm sitting there like measuring oil for my salad to cut weight. That's and like crazy. It was a sacrifice, but then at the end,
it was worth it.
Yeah, for that, but like in the beginning to sometimes come up short. It's
you get depressed a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Yeah. And then once you go down this ugly spiral of, oh, I'm not good. I put all this time in.
What if?
Yeah, I'm like, I put all this time in. Like, what am I doing wrong? When you lose sometimes, right? And then. But I had to snap out of that, and I think that's where my success is coming from now, because I don't have that little voice in the back of my head like, you once lost, like you're gonna keep losing. There's something wrong. You proved it to yourself. Yeah, and now I know I'm good. Before it was like there was this, well, if I lost, I must suck. But that wasn't when I could shift my mindset. That's where I started to be successful.
Now, who inspires you? Who inspired you? Like, I know maybe your father, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, definitely.
Besides him, who inspires you? Besides, I know maybe your father is a big one, but who inspires you besides your parents? Because I know they play a big role in your life.
Yeah, I mean, when you originally told me that was one of the questions, that was going to be my answer, was definitely my parents. Like, again, that determination, that working hard every single day. So for me, it was just like growing up around that's always been my inspiration. Like, I'm telling you, like, I fought once at the Dunkin' Donuts Center.
You fought at the Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah, for Rough and Rowdy in December.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
This was the Barstool joint, right? Mm-hmm. Damn.
So it was insane. It's packed place, and I looked out.
That's like damn near Madison Square Garden,
right?
For New
like
Yorker, right?
It's insane, and I couldn't believe the moment. But that crowd was packed. But I saw them. I was in the back warming up, just kind of like hopping around, shadow boxing. And I looked at the Jumbotron and I saw them right before I went out. I was like, what are the chances? Like, Barstool doesn't know who they are, like, to put the camera on them. And then I started to walk out, and I was like, this is for you. So who'd
you walk out to? What was the song you walked out to?
I think Put On for My City. That song,
yeah, that's what's
right? I was like, it's too perfect. And I literally felt like I was putting on for my city. Like, I was feeding off. Thank you.
Awesome. And this was December? Don't tell me December 3rd, because I'm gonna lose it.
Was it?
My birthday's December 3rd.
Is it? Well, happy late birthday.
Yeah, that's so what do you remember the exact date of that fight?
Oh, I should know. It was probably early December, but I'm not sure.
It was 2022 though, so that was your last fight?
No, so that was the first one this season
before the year ended.
Yes. Okay. And then I fought twice in West Virginia for Rough and Rowdy this year.
And the one that you didn't wear, was that the shorty that you threw the cowboy hat at?
That was West Virginia. That was my championship match.
And what happened?
I was like, we need some sound effect for that.
Yo, what happened? Why she got all mad when you put the cowboy hat? She got tight.
She got pissed.
She tried to snuff you and all that. Wait, you straight pimp smacked that.
We put that. My trainer now, Lewis, he put that in slow motion of me like face palming her. He's like, too perfect.
That was dope. So what? After that, y'all was good. It's more like a show too sometimes. It's like wrestling, right? A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Like,
you gotta amp it up.
Yeah, Barstool is kind of like WWE meets real boxing. Like, you're really fighting these people. But we were cool. We took a shot after, and then she called me out to fight her again. She's like, I want Vicky D. I was like, all right, you got to beat someone else to fight me again, and it's got to be in my hometown and
she got to put in work now, right?
Yeah, I'm like, because her whole thing is she doesn't fight people outside of West Virginia, her hometown.
So you gotta go to her. Damn, she's bougie.
And I was like, oh, when you were the champion, okay, I'll come to your state and I'll take your belt.
You gotta put in work, right?
Yeah, that's fine. But now that I'm the champion,
now she gotta do it on your terms.
You gotta come to Providence, you know, because I was walking out in West Virginia. I was like, boo, F you.
Yo, how does that feel? How does that make you feel? It's crazy. Do you like block them out, or like do you kind of pay it mind? Does it get you tight when a fan's like overly obnoxious?
Never. You know,
you don't
like,
even pay it mind, right? Like,
not anymore.
Like, I'm getting paid. You not. Right?
Literally, I'm like, you're just a hater. But so, like, it's weird because, like, Barstool, like, I feel like that fan base follows me and they like me. But then now I'm in West Virginia. I'm in our hometown. I'm walking down the alley. I'm kind of, like, the little, like, thing to go out to the ring. And I'm getting, like, mixed things. I got some people that are like, yeah, Vicky D! Like, the kids my age.
That's
like,
crazy.
the 20-year-olds. And then I got her fan base, like, literally throwing up the middle finger to me. And I'm like, whatever. Like you said, the more experience I get, the more I can tone it out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't bother me. I think when I first started fighting, even at, like, a small venue.
It might get you a little nervous, too,
It
right?
does. But that's natural. I don't think anyone in the world can say they fight and don't get a little
They're
nervous.
lying,
There's
right?
no way. Yeah.
And you got to feel that as soon as you get in that ring. Like, once you get in the ring, like, even Mike Tyson said it. Like, you know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But even he said it. He could tell when someone looks away that he already got that fight.
Yeah, because you can't pay mind to it.
Yeah. Shout outs to your man for coming through. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Shout out to him. And shout outs to Marquise in the back as well, man. We want to give them a shout out, man. Yeah, for real. So, all right, talking about that fight. So, how many rounds did it take you to whoop ass?
So we only have 3 1-minute rounds. They're now changing it to
just 1 minute.
1 minute.
Damn, here I am fighting 3 minutes and shit.
Yeah. Here I am training 3 minutes to do one.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you only did 3 rounds, and she went the whole minute.
Yeah. So she went the distance with me, but so that was my second to last fight, and I think she's used to, like, they gave her opponents, like, people that have never been in the gym before, don't know how to fight. So when she got hit by me, I think it was like a wake-up call. Like, this girl actually knows how to generate a little bit of power and throw a punch.
So she gave you a challenge, you think?
No, I gave her a challenge.
Oh, you did? So you straight whooped ass.
Yeah, like, she would run at me and then hug me, like, and hold on to me for half the round. That's why she wants a rematch, because I keep telling everyone, I'm like, she just hugged me the whole time, and she's mad about it now.
So she was just grappling. You guys should have just wrestled then.
That's what I was like, this is exhausting. I was like, I don't know enough wrestling to do this right now.
That's crazy. Now, what's your current record right now? What's your current record?
With Rough and Rowdy, 4-0.
4-0. That's crazy. So no losses. You have any knockouts yet?
No knockouts yet. That's the next goal.
You aiming for that, huh?
For sure.
Do you believe that a lot of people drag out the fight sometimes? Like, when you go in, you don't just go for the knockout, or you try to drag it out a little bit?
I'm such a, like, everyone says I'm such a technical boxer. It's kind of a fault of mine in some ways. Like, I'm like reading people versus, like, I should, especially Rough and Rowdy, the minute rounds, got to go for the knockout a little bit more. But yeah, so I think that's where my fights are coming up short from knockouts is I box people.
People want to see a fight. People, you want to give people a fight. You don't want to just end down some Tyson shit like 10 seconds.
I feel like people would lose it if I did that.
You serious?
Yeah, I feel like
they might get mad.
What? No, in a good way.
Oh, okay. So why don't you just go for it? You just
I got to. I got to send it next time.
You got to get in there. Yeah. Fuck it. Just do what you got. Do what you do, man. So who are you fighting next? Who's next?
So we're waiting to hear back to get an opponent for August, I think 19th in West Virginia. But it's a struggle being a girl. It's like being like a heavyweight. They can't really. There's not a lot of girl fighters out there.
Not really. It's not really yet. Hasn't elevated to that level, you feel?
No, definitely not. And then you, like, the more you fight, the more girls are going to say they don't want to fight you for this reason or that reason. I have tape on you. She moves, this and that. And I don't have a pool like the guys do to just get a next opponent. So it kind of sucks, but it's always been a struggle trying to find an opponent.
Wow. That's crazy. So, who have you fought besides Homegirl? Who was the other 3 that you fought? What were they? You remember their names?
So my first fight was in 2019. That was my first ever boxing match, and now I'm at the convention center.
That's the one at the Dunkin'?
No, so this was years ago. This is like 2019.
That's the one that you got the Golden Glove.
No, so I fought 4 times for Rough and Rowdy. Twice in Providence, twice in West Virginia. Okay. And before I even knew what Barstool really was, I fought for Rough and Rowdy in 2019. Gotcha. And it just blew up from the weigh-in because she smacked me in the face. And
so you had like a viral moment?
Yeah, so they pushed us to the main event. And now I'd never boxed before. I did like sparring and then some kickboxing. And I fought, her name was Leanna Cruz, and now she's a pro boxer. She's actually really successful in the pros. Yeah.
That's crazy.
She did the Rough and Rowdy and went pro right after. So.
And you whooped the ass, though.
And I won, yeah.
Yo, shout outs to you, man. That's awesome. Now, how does it make you feel, like, when you get in that ring, like, at that moment, before you're about to go head to head with somebody? How do you feel at that moment? Like, what goes through your mind? Like, is this something that you're already like planning? Like, or you automatically feel, do you got that fight? Like, obviously it's all about confidence. I know that, but like, you feel like boxing's more like a mental more than physical?
Yeah, like I was saying
Sport?
before, I think like where I would go wrong in like my early fights, like back in the amateurs, was I doubted myself. So the more confidence I have, and the more I believe that I'm gonna win this fight, I have all the tools, I have a great team, the more successful I am in my fights. So obviously everyone gets nervous, but it's such a mental game. Like you have to know you're capable of doing it. Like you're gonna win this fight, or you're just gonna come up like short.
And hold your ground, right? Don't even worry about the outcome. Just go in there, do your thing, and just
like everyone has a game plan until they get hit, right?
Yeah, it's true. That shit happened to me because when I first started training, like I would hit up Lamont all the time, be like, "Yo, once I get in that ring, I'm gonna start fucking people up." Blah, blah. Then I finally got my first chance to spar. I got fucked up. I was like, "Damn."
You gotta be honest about it too, right? Like we all get fucked up sometimes.
I was like, "Yo," I was getting punched left and right. I was
different
like,
story. Everyone's a tough guy. Like, yeah, I got you. They try it. Like, ain't for me.
That's just crazy. Now, how many days a week do you train? Do you train like almost every day? Like, how does that work for you? Like being you're already almost professional. Like how many weeks? Like I do 3 days a week, and I'm nowhere near your level. But how many days a week do you train, and how many hours do you put in?
Yeah, so I train 6 days a week. The only day I don't train is because I work a double, so can't be in the gym. But
that's crazy.
I work out like 2 times a day. 2 times a day on like the average day. Do some strength and conditioning in the morning. Shout out Wayne at Team Rockstar Sports.
Shout out Wayne, man.
He's awesome. So he's been working with me. We do a little bit of upper body, lower body, dynamic movement, strength and conditioning. So we do that 3 times a week in the mornings. Sometimes I'm training jujitsu now at Triforce MMA. Shout out them too. Yeah,
damn,
I'm dabbling.
No fucking joke.
I'm not that great at it, but I'm trying.
That's awesome. Now we're gonna take a brief break and get into our sponsor real quick. We'll be right back.
If you have a niche for podcasting, look no further. Come to the Factory Podcast Room in West Warwick, Rhode Island. Come to the Factory Podcast Room and get your podcast on. Hit up Franco for your podcast. Tell him the Jmack Experience Podcast referred you at the Factory Podcast Room in West Warwick, Rhode Island. Peace.
All right, we're back. And that was a word from our sponsors. Shout outs to Franco at the Factory Podcast Room. Make sure you hit him up to get your podcast on. All right, Vicky, man, it's been a pleasure once again to have you on the show. So you were saying that you trained at, you did a little jiu-jitsu and all that, and then Rockstar. What was it at Rockstar? Who you trained with over there?
Yeah, so that's my main boxing camp. I'm with Victor and Louis Felix over there.
Okay.
Great trainers. They definitely elevated me a lot in this past year. Yeah, so I'm there like every single day.
And as you notice, we just switched it up right now. We got a special guest on the show, man. We got Damani Lord Burns in the house right now. Another undefeated boxing champion. It's going to get crazy, man. You already know. Special guest. Yes, thanks for coming on once again. We appreciate you. And we want to give you a round of applause as well. Thank you so much, man. And I know it was like, short notice. Super short. But my man really rolled up.
That's it.
He came through for his. He ride for his, man. That's what's up. And thank you. How you feeling today, man? Everything good?
You know me, man. I'm fired up.
You just chilling right now?
Yeah,
You good
I'm
money?
always chilling.
That's what's up. That's what's up. It's a pleasure to have you on my platform as well. Thank you once again.
My man.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
So, all right. So, you train over there, and that's what, once or twice a week?
Oh, at Team Rockstar Sports?
Yeah.
So I'm there Monday with Coach Vic and Lewis, and I also teach my own fitness class. Come through if you want. First class free. 5:30. It's a HIIT workout class. It's really good. People love it. I'm with.
It's just one day a week that you train over there?
Yeah, just that. Like I teach a class, and then I train Tuesdays with Vic. I train Thursdays with him, and then I do my own training, like aside from that, sparring and whatnot.
Got you. Now, what does it mean for you to be a fighter? What does it mean for you?
It's a broad question. For me, like personally, it's always just meant like inspiring younger girls, getting more girls into the sport, and just kind of breaking that barrier that you can do whatever you want to do, despite the fact that it might be a male-dominated sport. Anything's possible. For me, it's also been like I want like a younger generation, even if it's like my own daughter one day, to look at me and say, like, oh, mom did it or this girl did it and I can do it. So for me, that's what it's always been.
And you know what? Getting into that gets us into movie of the week. Let's get into movie of the week real quick, man. And movie of the week this week.
Movie of the week on the Jmack Experience Podcast.
We giving it to Barbie, y'all. Make sure you take your kids and go watch that Barbie movie. I see Nicki Minaj on the carpet. There's a few celebrities on there, so go watch that Barbie movie. Also, album of the week this week.
Album of the week on the Jmack Experience Podcast.
We got Conway the Machine, Drumwork the album. Make sure y'all download, stream that. It's official. Shout outs to Griselda, Westside Gun, Benny the Butcher.
That's it.
You already know what it is, man. My man from the city, right? Yeah. Where you from exactly, fam?
So I was grew up in Newburgh actually.
Okay.
I was born down in the Bronx, but we had to get up out of there.
So you close to Newburgh? Isn't that close to like Buffalo and all that?
And now I'm like 30 minutes north of the Bronx.
Okay.
Yeah, so we like moved out. And it's just as bad. So we right there.
It's just as bad.
Just as bad. It's just a little small.
And what brought you to Rhode Island? What made you come over here?
My brother was out here wrestling at Johnson & Wales. I was out upstate New York wrestling after coming up from North Carolina. He was like, yo, bro, we need you. You come over here. We're going to win team title. You're going to win national title.
You started out there. You started in North Carolina, you're saying?
Yep. And
how old are you then, more or less?
18.
18 years old. Wow, so y'all started fairly late in the game. That's crazy.
I was wrestling in college. So
okay.
I didn't start striking.
Oh, okay. So you used to box early?
No, I wrestled early. Well, I started boxing when I was young because my cousins and shit.
Right.
They was boxing, trying to get them off the streets. And my neighbor actually took them in, put them in the gym. And he was shipping like Puerto Ricans straight from the island.
Shouts to my people. You know what it is.
Shout out Ray, man. Ray Rivera.
That's crazy.
He had all them dudes fighting on HBO, all that. So I was in there working with them, but it was like babysitting. So I'm like, I'm not getting better. Like, y'all just sending me here so I don't be causing trouble. So I found wrestling as something where I was getting the attention, I was getting the love, and I was growing. So I started wrestling when I was like 12. And then I started striking when I was about 24. So
24. And this was out here, I'm assuming, right?
Yep.
And what's your record now? You're undefeated as well, right?
Yeah, so I have 2 smokers. We'll say I won those. And then 2 rough and rowdy fights. And then, my last rough and rowdy fight ended in a draw.
In a draw?
Because I hip tossed the dude in a boxing fight.
Oh, you're gangster, bro. Yo, that's good. So what? You lost your cool? What happened? Why you ended up tossing him?
I'm not gonna lie. My man, my MMA coach Pete, he was like, we was training on Wednesday.
You thought it was wrestling for a second, huh?
Nah, we was like, yo, this is rough and rowdy. They got a big platform. We need to go viral. And
you did some crazy shit.
Yeah, prior to that, I was going viral every trip. Like in Providence, it went crazy. West Virginia, first time, it went crazy. So he's like, yo, what we gonna do this time? I already hit a super knockout in the tank flip off the rope. He's like, yo, this kid's gonna get nervous. He's gonna get in the corner. He's gonna grab you. When he grab you, launch him. I was like, bet.
Who was that dude that you laid out clean? Marquis showed me this video. I was like, damn, this dude's not the one. I said, yo, I ain't trying to even fight this dude. This dude getting in the ring with me.
Shout out to my man, the Butcher. The Butcher, he's good. He good. Shout out Butcher. That's my boy. Chase Stacker.
Straight rock this shit. Yo, what was that? That was the KO, I'm assuming, right?
Bro,
was that a knockout right there?
I'm not gonna lie, that was probably the scariest moment of my
life. You southpaw?
Nah, I'm a right hand.
Damn.
The scariest moment of my life.
You was scared?
Yo.
You was scared, fam?
Yo, because I
you thought
hit
you
him.
murdered his shit.
He almost died.
Yo, I felt him fall on my shoulder. I was like, oh, hit the flip off the rope. Everybody going crazy, like, ah. I'm like, yeah, call me the Black Messiah now. And then we going crazy.
He was still there?
He was still there.
You like, wait a minute. So let me check him out.
The arena was going crazy, and then he started having like a seizure, and like not like the short seizure where they like kind of, he was like, his whole body kept folding and
he was like twitching and shit.
Bro,
Yo,
so everybody
that's
was like,
crazy.
oh.
See, Vicky, this is the shit you
I
gotta
know.
start doing.
I know.
They were like, oh. And then the EMT people came out. They was like, yo, he can't breathe. He gotta get his mouthpiece out his mouth.
Yo.
And now I'm
always
going,
stuck to his shit.
because his jaw locked up, so they couldn't so he was choking on his tongue and shit. So I'm like, damn.
Now this is the first time you see this your whole career, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, the first
That first time you put that work in like that.
The first fight, I just kept dropping the kid. He get up, dropped him again. He got up, dropped him again. But this dude, I was like, yo, son, I'm black as hell. We in West Virginia. They already don't.
You
fuck
going
with
to
me,
jail?
I'm going to jail. I don't care what
You going
waivers
to
you
jail,
sign. That's it. That's it.
Yo, that shit's crazy. So when he finally got up?
Nah, he never got up. They put him in the stretcher.
Shit.
They put him in the stretcher, and they start taking him back. So I'm waiting for him to go. So
I'm gonna show the highlight too. Y'all gonna see the video.
crazy.
Yo, so I'm out there crying like a little. I'm soft. I'm emotional.
You felt bad, right? You got a heart. I
feel
fucks with you.
Like I said, I'm for the people,
Yeah,
man. So
man.
I wanted to.
He didn't deserve it that bad.
Yeah,
you got competitive real quick.
He was actually a nice dude, though.
I'm
Like,
gonna
he was
fuck his
super
ass
nice
up.
dude.
That's what
So
you
when
did.
they was bringing him to the back with the stretcher, I'm behind him. I'm like, damn, I hope he
Damn,
wake
you
up.
gonna be alright, man.
Bro, as soon as we get behind stage, his mom's was right there. It was like, you fucking animal. I
Damn,
was
you know what she really wanted to call you though?
like, yeah, I know what she wanted to call me.
That's fucked up.
So I started crying even more. I'm like, this bitch.
I'm going to jail.
I was like, yo, shit.
Yo, that's crazy. So what happened? So then after that, everything was all good. They took him away to the hospital type shit.
Yeah, they took him to the
Man,
hospital.
he did the Tyson on him. That's crazy.
Not even the Barstool people, but the people who run the Tough Man and people who organize the stuff, they were like, yo, we'll give you his number. You can send him a text. So I was like, all right. Yeah. Sent him a text. I was like, yo,
You sent
bro.
him a get well card.
I was like,
Cause
yo.
niggas is sick.
I was
Hit
like,
him with the
yo.
50 cent.
I was like, yo, man. I was like, good fight out there. Like, hope you nothing but the best. Healthy recovery. He hit me up like the next day. He was like, yo, I don't remember anything. I don't remember.
He didn't know. He didn't even remember he got in the
Crazy.
ring with you.
So I guess he saw it and was like, yo, that.
Good shit.
He was like, you hit hard. Like, you hit hard. Bro.
No shit. Yo.
But
I guess it's safe to say you don't want that rematch.
Nah,
I think he's retired now.
All right, man. So you know what? You should start training with him. I think you
I
should
do.
train. Yeah,
Like every day.
And then you train as well. Where do you train at?
Same spots.
Same
Same
spot?
spots, man. But I train more grappling than she does because she's primarily a striker, primarily a grappler. So I just started striking, she just started grappling.
Yeah,
so we kind
yeah.
of flip flop. So instead of me being over at Team Rockstar like 4 times a week, I'm there Mondays, sometimes Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then
Got you.
I'm grappling Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm at Team Rockstar. Shout out to my brother Felix.
Shout outs to Felix.
Shout out to my boy. I'm at Triforce MMA with my man Pete and the rest of the staff over there. Shout out Triforce, those my people.
Shout outs to Triforce.
I was gonna say Pete needs like a sound.
Yup.
Shout outs to Pete.
Yep, we got my boy Mafia Man, Coach Vic.
I was gonna say, yeah,
That's
he
my
needs a
man.
couple sounds. Coach Vic's the bomb.
We got crazy.
We got it for mine. When I come back, we gonna bring Coach Vic. He gonna have this whole podcast
Oh my
on tilt.
god.
Let's bring him out here. Tell him
Yes,
to come on the
sir.
Jmack Experience.
He's the funniest
podcast.
man
I would love
alive.
to interview him.
He is
actually.
so funny and he's got crazy stories.
That'll be crazy. All right, so what's your current weight class?
I don't cut no weight right now, so I walk around probably like 156. So when I fight Rough and Rowdy, I kind of just show up.
What are you though? Like, are you a welter? Or?
So they call it lightweight for that.
You're light too.
Lightweight, yeah. But all these dudes cut like 12 pounds, and I cut weight my whole life. So for this, I'm like, these guys aren't really training crazy.
Damn, you
So-
guys look great. The shape you in. Shit, I'm a fucking heavyweight. It's hard for me to lose weight. I'm fucking 250. I can't get down. I'm trying to get to 220. This shit's a struggle. For
Come
me.
train with me
Jiu-jitsu,
at
bro.
Rockstar.
Yeah,
I'll be your
like-
personal trainer.
Cause Lamont been telling me, yo, for you to get to 2, he's like, if you fight heavyweight, you gonna get fucking knocked out. To be honest, he's like, yo, you need like, cause heavyweights hit hard. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
So-
like you can just
Yeah.
weigh whatever. It's
yeah,
crazy.
so I want to get down at least to like 190, 180. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. But so you're a lightweight as well?
Yeah, 135, same thing. I don't have to cut weight.
Fuck do y'all do that shit?
See, I don't have to cut weight right now. It's a blessing. But I used to fight at 125 in the amateurs.
Yeah.
I mean, if I don't have to cut weight, that's great. So.
And then for y'all to lose weight, is it stressful for y'all? Because I know for me, like, I try to lose, like, from 250 to go lower than that, it's hard. Like, I'll stay, like, 245, 250, 245, 250. Like, it goes back and forth. I can't get lower than that. I don't know why it doesn't work. I know diet is a big thing, obviously.
100% diet.
You diet a lot? You guys diet?
It depends on the what type of cut I'm doing and when I have to weigh in and when I have to compete. So like if it's the same day weigh in, I probably won't cut more than about 10 pounds. So like wrestling every week I was cutting 10 pounds. I would weigh
like nothing.
Yeah, weigh 160 on Monday, be 149 on Saturday.
That's nuts, yo.
For MMA, when we get there, I'm probably gonna have to go down like 45 or 35. Definitely pro, go 35, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
When you get there,
Yes,
I like
sir.
that. I like
Yes,
that.
sir.
Now, if what do you want to be remembered for at the end of your career, Vicky? What do you want to be remembered for, more or less? Do you want to be one of the greats? I know that you said like being a woman in a male-dominated sport is rough, and you're saying that there's not a lot of women out there, but like I know there's got to be somebody out there that you want to take their head off right now. I know there's got to be some. I know like there's got to be somebody out there that's holding that belt that you want to just.
So I feel like there's really like no one I want to take their head off, but I just would like an opponent, so I'll fight anyone.
Anybody could get it.
Anyone can get it. Rough and
Anybody
rowdy, you
can
know where to
get it.
find me. I'm looking for an opponent for August, so if you want to
what's up?
call
You feel
me
like
out.
they stepping up?
I don't know what's going on. I mean, like I said, the pool's pretty small. The more like you have fights online. I had a company reach out to me recently in the
Who's
UK.
that?
They wanted me to do this tournament, and they're like, "Yeah, we saw your videos from Rough and Rowdy. You'll be perfect. You got the personality, the fight style." They brought my name back to all the girls in the tournament. They all rejected it. They said, "We're not doing this tournament if she's in it." Overseas? They said
didn't want it with
they
you.
didn't want it. They're like, "We don't like that she's a mover." Like,
I was just gonna say, not to cut you off, like Mayweather's been doing a lot of exhibition shit overseas
yeah,
now.
I'm trying to get on an
You should
undercard
do
for
that
that.
shit.
I have a management company overseas now, so they're trying to help me get some more fights, some more exposure. I'm trying to go into like this influencer boxing, so it's like a semi-pro kind of thing.
Yeah, like you fight Jake Paul and shit.
That kind of thing. But that's where the money's at, and that's where like these cards are at. The same thing with that tournament. It was like this YouTube tournament. So the way it was described to me is like
And they didn't want to fuck with you?
They didn't. Like in
Why you were saying that? They said you was too conditioned?
I was too skilled for that level. So they're like, your following has to match your skill. So if you have 10K followers, that's great, but you can't be that great. So if you're gonna,
it's not fair.
Yeah, and then if I call someone out that says no to fighting me, like no one cares because I'm not gonna go on social media and they'd be like, "Oh, she's calling me a bitch."
Followers, yeah,
I don't have 1 million followers to make enough noise for the girl that turned me down to be called out in public and be like, "Okay, I gotta prove something now." So when I get more followers, I know who I want to fight overseas. So hopefully one day that fight will happen.
What about you? Who you want to fight? I know there's a million motherfuckers you gotta want to fight. Because come on, you a male, man. Come on, you gotta give me somebody.
All right, so I was actually supposed to be fighting for the belt in August against my boy Ninja. Feel me?
Yeah.
Idols become your rivals, and I was about to take him out, but I got suspended. I can't fight in West Virginia forever.
Nah, because of that joint that we was talking about? Oh, because of the body toss. Damn.
So I got suspended.
Man, so they ban you from the whole state.
Yeah, so I can't fight Rough and Rowdy again until December. So I was actually thinking about taking like an MMA fight in the meantime, and it's hard getting an MMA fight right now because they put my name in the hat. People like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll take it. Come back the next day. Nah, we don't want it.
Unaccepted.
They
so you like MMA more than boxing?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Why?
It's my strong suit. I perform well when I could grab people and I could get to my wrestling, I could get to my jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Just because it's what I'm used to. I've been doing that 10 plus years.
So you're more skilled than that, right?
100%. But I'm picking up the striking. So I've been doing it about 15 months now. So it's coming along. We just want to get my grappling, my striking, maybe halfway to what my grappling is so that I can be comfortable on the feet so that I could put the paws on someone and then
put the work in.
And then, if they try to grab me, I'm like, oh yeah, go ahead, grab me, and then fucking take them out. But as of right now, If we can get me unsuspended, so if y'all could go on, tag Rough and Rowdy, tell him unsuspend Lord Burns. Give
Free
me
Lord Burns.
Free Lord Burns, man. Get him out of jail, bro.
We need t-shirts.
What's going on? Get him out of there.
Yes, sir. Give me in August. Fight for the belt. We supposed to be the co-main against my boy Ninja. I love you, but I gotta take you out.
Yeah,
That's
take
it.
his ass out.
That's
Fuck
it.
out of here. All right, so what do you consider being your greatest strengths as a boxer? Like, you nice with the jab, you nice with the hook. What's your favorite go-to? I like the jab.
I like the jab.
I got a mean jab.
I'm
That's
actually,
my joint.
so I'm left-handed, but I fight like a
you
righty.
southpaw too?
No, I'm not southpaw.
I'm southpaw.
So like when I fight
Okay.
people, like I rely so heavy on my jab, on my left uppercut. So it's kind of like leading.
You
my
got
whole
a nice
fight.
uppercut?
Really nice
Yeah,
left
try to
one.
master
I
that.
shouldn't tell the people that, but
Yeah. Don't give them secrets. Don't
that's
give them
my
secrets.
thing. So it's weird though, like that. I'm lefty but fight righty.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you could go either way, right? More or less. Or
Should
you're
be
not
able
that-
to, but
you can't
I
really
was
fuck with the left
taught
like that?
the other way, so it's just more
Oh,
natural
shit.
for me. Maybe
That's
one day
crazy.
I could switch.
What advice would you give a little girl that's inspired by you and is trying to consider partaking in the sport of boxing or maybe kickboxing? And
Yeah. Yeah,
What
you said
advice
your
would-
daughter's into it, right?
My
She's
daughter
young.
loves watching. Like when she seen you today, that made her day. I know. That
Really?
made her day,
See,
yeah.
and like that's like my main goal, right? Like, so I would tell any little girl, like anything's possible. Don't let gender stop you from entering any kind of sport, like whether it's wrestling, MMA, boxing. Like, sky's the limit. Girls are taking over. And just go for it.
Girls
Chase your
run the
dreams.
world. You on that Beyonce?
I'm on that shit.
That's lit. That's lit. So you don't got no another a new fight coming up yet? As of yet, you said, right? You're still waiting.
Yeah. I'm locked in myself for August 19th, West Virginia, Rough and Rowdy. It's just a matter of
You
finding
just don't know
someone to
who's stepping
fight.
up?
Yeah, no one to fight right now.
So August 19th.
Yep.
And where can we follow you at social media wise?
At Vicky Derrico on Instagram.
At Vicky Derrico. Do you do like pop-ups and stuff like that? Like, people could hire you to come through and you sign a few autographs, or maybe like, do you do stuff like that?
I
to
haven't
inspire the
yet,
youth?
but
You
I
think
definitely
you should get into
definitely
that?
would. Yeah.
You should consider that. What's your plans? What are your plans for like the future of your boxing career, more or less? Like,
Yeah.
is this something you want to do for the rest of your life? Because I know you went to college.
Yeah.
And what did you major in? matter of fact?
Business management and finance at
Oh,
Providence
that's-
College.
That's
yeah.
smart. Do you have any other plans? Or is this
So
all you
when,
want to do?
when I graduated, it was like this really tough thing. I watched all my friends get these 9-to-5 jobs. I had a great internship with American Eagle. Probably could have got a job there.
You
And-
worked, I can see you working.
Yeah, I did an influencer program.
That's lit. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
All right. So
So-
what happened after that? What happened?
So
You got
I
the
had to
degree?
make this choice of, do I follow my dreams or do I do what everyone else does, right? That 9-to-5, it's safe, it's guaranteed money. I have a great degree, but
You're not happy though.
and I'm not happy, and I only have this really small window to become either a professional fighter or make some money in the semi-pros. And when that small window is done, I don't want to wake up and look at my life and say, I wish I tried.
I could have did this.
I could have
right?
did this. Like, if I give it my all and I really go for it and I try and I come up short, at least I tried. And then I can't regret anything. So that's just kind of where I'm at right now. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to follow my dreams, and what comes, comes.
How many belts do you have right now?
3.
You got 3 belts. That's crazy. How does that make you feel to hold those belts?
Like a champion.
Like a champ. I like that.
Champion.
Champion. How about you? How many belts do you got?
I got 0 belts.
You got no belts? I thought you was undefeated.
I am, but I had to work
going
my
for the
way.
belt
I had to
next.
work up
Oh,
the totem
okay.
pole. 'Cause they put me on. They said, "Oh, look at this little black."
I'm not
ninja."
trying to play you because I got no belts either.
But
bro.
here's the thing.
They're like, "Yo, look at this little black ninja on the spot." You
Yeah.
feel me? Who is this?
When
So
you're
I
a
gotta
girl,
start
they just
tier
give you
1.
belts.
Gotta
Yeah.
start tier 1. I mean, I'm a little black dude. She blonde, beautiful.
You know it's harder for us too. I was gonna say,
it, bro.
niggas ain't giving us no belts.
Yo,
You hear that?
I ain't say you ain't work for it.
No, it's true. I mean, they're giving out belts to
It's
girls.
gonna be hard for us. It's gonna be hard for us.
I had to go. I
Especially
had
because I'm fat. I mean, you this fat ass nigga no belt.
I had to go through the gauntlet.
That's good. Imagine I get a belt and I'm fat. Yo, that'd be crazy.
That wouldn't be crazy.
I'll be like Butter Bean.
You're not fat.
I'm trying to be
my
Butter
boy.
Bean
That's
on
my
it.
boy, though.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You heard he's coming back? Did you hear that shit?
Ain't no way.
Butter Bean. You know what Butter Bean is? Look him up.
I'm gonna look him
Yo,
up.
ain't
I
no
think you're a
way
little
he
too
coming
man.
back. No
Yo, if
way.
Butterbean come back, imagine. My boy Butterbean, I used to fuck with Butterbean. You ever play Mike Tyson Knockout?
Yeah, I was about to
What
say
was that?
yo,
You
the
gotta play
fight
Mike
night,
Tyson.
the
No,
fight
I
night,
got him.
fight night 3.
You gotta play. If you a
Shout out
boxer, you gotta,
Butterbean.
yeah. All right. So and then anything else that you haven't accomplished yet that you feel that you still need to?
I got so much more to accomplish. I
So
mean,
much more.
Sky's the limit. I think I could be a world champion. I'd still feel like there was something else to accomplish. I mean, as athletes, as really people, like that should be the goal, to just keep accomplishing new things, setting new goals. So
Facts.
Yeah.
If you weren't a fighter, what would you be doing?
if I wasn't a fighter, I'd be sad. I'd be miserable.
You wouldn't be doing that.
I wouldn't be chasing my dreams.
Would you be an actor? Well, I don't think you like that.
I don't know. It's weird because I like look at my life and I'm like, I think God puts us in places and sets us up for like where we're actually supposed to be doing. I almost went to school in another state. I wouldn't be a boxer today, right? I wouldn't have done Rough and Rowdy, Florida. I almost went to
you
U
would've been
Tampa.
boring.
No, I would have been like too
so
fun. That would have been a
boring.
problem, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been a fighter. And I think like we're set up like the setbacks that I didn't go like do study abroad, or I didn't go to another state and go to college. Like
It kept
I
you
think
grounded.
it kept me a little grounded, but it also set me up for different things in my life that later in years, like when I first did Rough and Rowdy, now a few years later, I'm getting a call from them to come back, and it's just it's been like a nonstop spiral from there. So
Things are gonna go your way. I believe in you, and I believe
Thank
in
you.
you. I feel like y'all gonna be on, and I'm glad that y'all were here first on the Jmack Experience podcast, man. Once again, I want to give y'all a round of applause. It's been an honor to have you on my platform.
Thank
Honestly,
you.
both of y'all, man. Thank you for coming so much. And what's next for Vicky D, man? What's next?
yeah, like
Well,
I
Vicky Derrico. What's
Derrico.
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 Why would I say Derrico? My
I know,
bad.
everyone does
I'm
it. My
Puerto
gra-
Rican, man. I fuck shit
At
up
my
all the time.
graduation, they said Derrico, so don't feel bad.
Derrico.
I wasn't even gonna correct you.
I try to sound white and shit, bro. My bad. So what's next for you? What's next? What you got going
Like
on?
I said, I'm trying to get into this like influencer boxing league, get a semi-pros. So whether that's
on.
go abroad and do a Misfits boxing, there's actually celebrity boxing coming here in October. So I might be the headline for that, and I think they're gonna hold that in Providence. So that would be huge. I don't know if you've ever heard of celebrity boxing.
Yeah.
Kim K was on it like
Was
years
it the
ago.
shit that they had remember they had the clay fighters and shit back in the day on and MTV?
Maybe. I don't
No,
know.
not celebrity deathmatch.
Oh, I'm like, I don't know, baby.
You remember that shit?
Yo, yeah, they
Carson
used to be
Daly
beating the
and
shit out of each other.
That's not next for Vicky D.
I'm wilding, right? My bad. Now, where can they follow you at once again on social media? We just want to make sure, and they can hit you up on training for training and all that.
Yeah. Personal training. I do one-on-one lessons at Rockstar Sports in Warwick, Rhode Island. At Vicky Derrico on Instagram.
Vicky Derrico.
Derrico.
You already know what it is. And can we agree that all the experiences that you went through got you where you are today?
100%. The highs, definitely the lows. They've all got me here today.
Awesome. Any experience, any advice that you would give someone out there experiencing the same situations that you went through or similar to them?
Yeah, probably just like believe in yourself to the highest. Any little doubt in your mind is going to set you back. It's going to be the thing holding you back. Like you have all the people around you believing in you, but if you don't believe in yourself, like you're not going to make it very far.
Nobody can push you there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Any last words or special shout outs?
Yeah, just shout out my people at Rockstar Sports. I did a few times, but this year I'm telling you, I've become a completely different fighter from having Coach Vic and Lewis, not only just from a coaching standpoint, from an energy, from just like everything, having a family with you to travel with you. They've go to West Virginia with me, and it's just such an awesome bonding experience. Like it's not like you're just on a fight trip. Like we have so much fun, and it's just been a great blessing this last year. So shout out them. Thank you so much. also Pete from Triforce has been super helpful in my journey. So thank you.
Shout outs to Pete. Any last words, my brother? Thank you so much. I know it's a short notice.
Yeah,
we're gonna have
We're
gonna have his whole own episode. You already know you're gonna see this face again, and he's gonna have his own episode. So
I did text him like 30 minutes ago to be here.
He came through short notice. Shout outs to him once again, Damani, man.
Yes, sir. I'll be back on the Jmack
You'll see him
experience.
back, Lord Burns.
That's it. But yeah, shout out to the people.
You got any fights coming up, by the way?
Nah, I'm suspended, cuz. Feel me?
Oh,
Free
you
Lord
That's
Burns.
it. Like
Free
I said.
Lord Burns. Free Lord Burns. Free Lord
Yeah.
Burns. So, yo, any last words? Any
Yeah,
shout outs?
man. We'll be back on the Jmack experience, man. I want to talk to the people, and when I'm not feeling so musty.
Nah, he coming through correct next
Yes,
time.
sir. That's it.
And shout out to y'all signing the gloves and all that. You already know. And I'm gonna put them on eBay very soon once they win a few bouts.
That's it.
You know,
You already know.
I got one more shout out. I forgot about my guy Joe from A&D Fitness.
Shout outs to Joe.
He has been on my journey.
A&D. Oh, A&D.
A&D
ointment.
Fitness. Yeah. No, I gotta shout him out. He's always been there
what's
for
up.
me. So
And what does he do?
he was my original strength and conditioning coach. He's awesome. He broken like 5 world records. He's insane. And
Nice.
he's a grandpa doing this stuff, but he comes with me to
He's like
West
Mr.
Virginia.
Miyagi and
he's
shit?
insane. Like he's probably gonna fight soon, like a boxing match. This guy
shit.
is a grandfather. But he's just an incredible person. He's been on my journey since I first started boxing in 2019, and he comes with us to West Virginia without a question. And he just brings so much life
You gotta
and energy.
appreciate people like that.
Yeah,
right?
he's just a different person. Like you don't meet people like that every day. So.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the Jmack Experience podcast. Both of y'all, Vicky D, George Burns. You already know what it is. Yo, you already know what it is. My bad.
Shit.
Stay blessed. We appreciate y'all. We out here signing off the Jmack Experience podcast. Vicky D, Lord Burns. My bad. Let's get it right. Damani, make sure y'all. Yo, free Lord Burns, man.
Free
We
Lord
gotta
Burns.
Free Lord Burns.
We'll be back.
Shout out to Marquise in the back. Episode 8. You already know. We about to get into this. Let's go. Thanks for coming on the Jmack Experience podcast. Be sure to come back for another episode every single week. Until next time, peace.